Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. Holy cow, a lot of stuff today. It is Wednesday, the 21st day of June. World Hydrography Day. Hydrography? I don't know how you say that.
Okay.
National Smoothie Day. World Peace and Prayer Day. International Yoga Day. World Humanist Day. World Giraffe Day. National Arizona Day, National Seashell Day, National Day of the Gong, National Selfie Day. Summer begins officially today. It's Go Skateboarding Day, National Daylight Appreciation Day, Anne and Samantha Day, and there's another one like somewhere else, like 6 months from now. They have those, Samantha and Anne Day then. National Peaches and Cream Day and National Daylight Appreciation Day. So I think I mentioned that one twice because we really, really appreciate daylight, I think is why. All right, all of that. And I've got a guest, Brandy from Storage Wars. Yeah. We've had her on the program in the past. And it was funny. Last time I had her on the program, I posted a thing on social media, and then I had all kinds of bizarre comments. I'm like, what are they talking about? So apparently there's some stuff going on that I didn't know about. I'm like, why didn't you ask this? Why didn't you ask that? I'm like, I don't know why I would have asked any of those things.
I have watched that show for so many years.
We need to watch it.
You used to watch it all
I love it.
the time.
It's a great show, but we haven't watched it in a while. We have to get it's a new season.
I didn't even know it was still on.
Yeah, new season out. We're going to be chatting with Brandy all about it.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Which little mishaps seem to find their way into your life time and time again? In a survey of 2,000 adults, some of the most common blunders, things like accidentally sending a text to the wrong person. I've not done that, but Heidi has in a very spectacular way.
Yes, I did.
Laundry mishaps that result in shrunken or discolored clothes. I had a whole batch of pink stuff for a while because I had a red thing in with some white things.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? I had pink underwear, pink socks, pink undershirts. I honestly didn't mind. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Nobody sees any of that anyway.
Other than me.
No. And even you are like, ooh, look at you in pink. Mistaking a stranger for somebody you know, I've done that before. Talking to somebody, and I'm like 3 minutes into a conversation, and then I go, wait a minute, you're not who I thought you were. Forgetting a meal on the stove, just did that recently. Trying to enter a vehicle that's not theirs. Other common errors, preparing a meal for work only to leave it at home, or forgetting to cancel unused subscriptions. I've done those. Some others say they planned events and failed to show up at the event they planned. Others showed up, and they're like, where are you? You wanted to go to this meal or whatever it was. So a couple others as well, dropping a book in the bathtub. All of these came from a survey. You can read the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know if you're looking for a big win at a casino, bring along your earbuds? According to this, they say if you play some electronic dance music, who's this put out by the Electronic Dance Music Association? Read scientific studies, and they reveal that having music in the background significantly enhances your performance in things like playing slot machines. I don't understand how that can be true.
There is no performance in slot machines. It's all
in particular, EDM stands out as a genre that can work wonders for your brain as you gamble. Originally created for nightclubs and festivals and raves, EDM is generally regarded as happy and upbeat. Scientists say that music can enhance your gameplay by, quote, setting the right mood, improving your focus, and giving you the necessary oomph to get out of your comfort zone as you're spinning those reels. The music also assists you with online gambling, according to experts.
Oh,
Who did this
gosh.
study? I mean, this doesn't make this is some guy who's had to write an article, and he's a big fan of EDM. He's like, oh, I'm going to just say this is good. I don't know. That is so bizarre. That could have been our weird news. Man, I wasted it here. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Pat Sajak, longtime host of Wheel of Fortune, announced that he's retiring. So he has been...
breaks my heart. I love him.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. He's 76, joined the show in 1981, by the way. Price is Right, Bob Barker was the longest-running game show host because people were going, oh, this is probably longer. No, he beat him by a couple years, I believe. The race to replace Pat Sajak is on. Guess who's the top spot? Ryan Seacrest, of course, because he gets first dibs at every job that's available. Others on the list are Whoopi Goldberg, John Alba, Vanna White might even be taking a different seat at the show. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And if you build it, they won't come. Kevin Costner built a beautiful home, and his estranged wife, Christine, will not leave. They are going through a divorce, and he's trying to evict her from a home. Anyway, this all started back in May. He says that she's using her position to make various financial demands, and who knows. There's two sides to every story. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Did you know that Disney owns Star Wars and Marvel and Indiana Jones and Disney World and The Simpsons? And I think they also own like a bunch of sports stuff and ABC.
And they own the Muppets.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's the one that makes Heidi mad. She's a big time Muppet fan. I remember going to the Muppet movie with you, the one that came out, was that 10 years ago, you think?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
So there hadn't been a Muppet movie, Muppet show, nothing for a long time. We went with our kids. I thought we were there for the kids. And the kids didn't really even know much about Muppets. And my wife was really into it. And there was a scene where Kermit the Frog comes on the screen for the first time, and she literally wept like a baby.
He did.
I'm sitting next to her, and she's crying. I'm like, you gonna make it? You all right? I just remember the song, Am I a Man or Am I a Muppet? And then I was singing that for like weeks after that just because it annoyed my kids.
That was a dumb song.
Oh, I thought it was really kind of funny. All right, hey, why not? A long flight. What do you like to do? Snuggle up and take a nap, right? So, Air New Zealand is promising bunk beds in the sky. The company's reimagined economy class seating arrangement, Skynest, won the Cabin Concept Award at this year's prestigious Crystal Cabin Awards. I didn't even know that was a thing. I want to go to that. I bet that's a party. Celebrate the innovation in airplane cabin interiors. The beds on board concept debuts next year. It works like this. 6 sleep pods in a bunk bed configuration will be available on select planes. The pods will be located between the economy and premium economy cabins on some long-haul routes. 17-hour direct between New York City and Auckland would be one of them. It's one of the longest flights in the world, by the way. Passengers would be able to pre-book a time slot for them to take this nap, and it would be like $250 to $380 additional dollars.
Whoa.
To get a nap. And it's for 4 hours. You get a 4-hour block, and there's some time between so they can change everything out. So if you want to know all the details, I've got it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to welcome back to the program Brandy from Storage Wars. You've got some fun things you guys are working on, don't you?
Yep. Season 15.
Have you been involved from the very beginning, from the very first episode?
I have since 2009.
How has the show changed over the years? Because there have been different cast of characters that come and go. And when I say characters, some of these folks are kind of characters, aren't they?
Absolutely. They are definitely unique folks that have kind of filed in and out over the years.
So for folks that are maybe not familiar with Storage Wars, first of all, where have you been? But let's explain what the hit series on A&E, Storage Wars, let's talk about what the show is all about and how it works.
Basically, storage units that have gone to default, they put a lien on it, and we purchase the items from the unit at auction.
And the thing that's neat, this is something that happens in like pretty much every county in the country. People have storage auctions, but 15 seasons ago, they decided, let's make a TV show about this. And since then, the popularity in going to these auctions has gone through the roof, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It started right out of the gate. You know, a lot of people who just showed up because they thought it was some sort of get-rich-quick scheme or something along those lines, and were blissfully unaware of the fact that, 4 to 5 units are not good, and you have to do this for a long time in order to, figure out what to look for and what not to buy. And, it's backbreaking work. It's like moving day every single day, because you have to empty all of the contents, good, bad, or indifferent. And then you have to find an outlet to sell all of the things. And then you have to, it's a lot of work. And people would show up at the auctions and say, I just quit my job and mortgage my house and lease the store. This is my first auction. Do you have any advice? They're like, oh my gosh, try to get your job back.
Yeah.
That's my advice. Don't do it.
Now, you have a store that you sell things in, so you have a place for this stuff to go. But there are some people that when they get a storage unit, if they decided, they go, oh, I'm a big fan, I'm going to buy all this stuff, what would they even do with it? Unless you have an outlet for it, it's tough to get rid of, isn't it?
I no longer have a store. So, yes, it is a little different, but I've got, Bozak, who was in many seasons with me. He helps out. We sell stuff at swap meets, or we sell stuff online. So, yeah, there are other outlets in which to do so, but it is easier definitely if you have a brick and mortar.
Yeah, and now for somebody listening who maybe is a fan of the program Storage Wars, hit series on A&E, they watch it, they think, boy, you guys make this look easy. What kind of advice would you give them if they want to dabble in this? Is there some really quick advice you could give to a hopeful Storage War competitor in the future here?
Like I said, it is not easy at all. So you have to be willing to work very, very hard. Like I said, it's like moving day every single day. For the people that are not easily self-motivated and willing to work very hard, it's not an easy job by any means. So probably invest in some other occupation. This is what my advice would be.
Well, and we have, numerous times where we've moved and I've got to take things from one place to another place and packing and moving. Those are some of my least favorite days of my entire life. I cannot imagine choosing to do that and saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do now every day.
Exactly. And like I said, I think people are blissfully unaware of how difficult it can be, when they decide to get started on this path, and then they kind of get caught, in the middle of it. And they're like, I kind of hate this. Not a lot of people last, but we would have a lot of people show up at the auctions for a little while, and then you wouldn't see them anymore. It's like I said, it's not something you can do long term.
Well, we've talked about the downside. Now let's talk about the fun part. What is the coolest thing in all the years you've been doing this? What's the coolest thing you found in one of the storage units that you've purchased?
I've found a lot of unique and interesting items over the years, but, I like when I find, I'm a bird in the hand kind of person, something easy. I like when I find money or things that are just really easily sellable right out of the gate. That's my favorite anyway.
That makes a lot of sense, because then you don't have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to figure out, how am I going to make some money on this thing?
Exactly.
Well, Brandy, congrats on season 15, and thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it today.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Absolutely. Again, Brandy with Storage Wars, A&E's hit series, and a new season just kicked off on the 6th of June, and it's streaming the next day, so if you can't see it live, you can see it that way. I'll throw a link to all the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There is a 99.9999% chance that any given person that you meet is your 16th cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
99.999. So
That's
really,
interesting.
really, really good chance. So next time you see somebody, just go, hey, cousin, what's up?
Hey,
Give him a hug.
cuz.
You paying for my meal tonight or what? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Earth travels through space at 660,000 miles per hour.
Whoa.
That's why I always have such bad hair days, because we're going way too
moving
fast.
way too fast.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Studies show that it's usually the most talkative spouse who gets his or her way. Oh, I disagree with that. I am quite talkative, and I haven't gotten my way in 23 years. My favorite was Heidi said, okay, do we want to paint this room blue or do we want to paint it orange? And what did I say?
You said blue.
And then she painted it blue. And then what did you do a week later?
Painted it orange.
Painted it orange. I was like, why did you even ask? And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Crayola is a French word that means oily chalk. Huh.
Oh.
Very nice. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. 2/3 of those who own one of these have a name for it. What is it?
A car.
No, a guitar. Yeah.
Oh.
I think most people I know that have guitars have names for their guitars.
Yeah,
I don't
probably.
have a guitar, so I don't have a name for my guitar that I don't have. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect
All right.
sense, actually.
Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Belgian company says they have developed a system that converts pig blood into water fit for human consumption. Ugh. Specializing in production animal proteins, a company called Vizos, Veos. Until recently, they relied solely on large quantities of groundwater to clean the massive tanks that stored pig's blood. But thanks to a $2 million investment, a £2 million investment. No, €2 million investment. There we go. It's the different. It's not a dollar sign. It's a backward C with lines in it. It's a euro sign. Anyway, 2 million of those. They're state of the art water purification system, and they can use stored pig's blood to make drinkable water. They say. I don't know why we would need to do that, but
No.
they can make up to 150 liters of water potable per day with the system that they invested the 2 million euros on. So, all right. I suppose there's probably a need for it, but it just seems weird. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The best movie sequels. The best movie sequels. I should run this list by our son and see if it's right. But
Okay, yeah, for
sometimes
sure.
there are sequels that get the reputation of not living up to the original. But sometimes, like Top Gun, they waited 36 years to get it just right.
And that was a good one.
Here are the top 5 follow-up films, according to film experts. Number 5, Paddington 2.
I've
Came out in
heard good
2018.
things.
I've heard good things. Number 4, Aliens from 1986. So the sequel to that. Number 3, The Dark Knight in 2008. Apparently did really, really well. Number 2, Star Wars 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So that's technically the 5th installment, but it was the second one that was out. So, and the number 1 best sequel of all time, The Godfather Part 2 from 1974. What? Police Academy 2 didn't even make the list? Are you kidding me?
I liked Police Academy too.
I know. I liked all of those, actually. All right. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now, your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Your quote today is from Winston Churchill, and the quote is, "The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter." End quote.
True.
Wow. That's not a very nice thing to say, though, there, Winston.
No, but it's true.
Oh, boy. Imagine if he had social media back then. You know?
I would have loved it.
All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. This is great news. Comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this. New York rail worker rescues a 3-year-old boy from the train tracks.
Oh, geez. What was he doing on the tracks?
Well, quick-thinking rail worker came to the rescue of a missing 3-year-old who found himself wandering on the tracks.
Jeez.
Engineer William Kennedy was the first to spot the child, who had strayed onto a live rail and track, and there was a train heading toward.
Oh, my
and this is the thing that has the electrified third rail. So if he would have touched that, zapped, hit by a train, dead.
Oh, my gosh.
So many things that could have happened. He says, "I've got 4 kids, so as soon as I saw the child, instantly daddy kicked in, and I thought, we got to save this kid. We got to do something right away." Kennedy slammed on the brakes on the train. It was going 70 miles an hour at the time, by the way. He radioed desperately to the train ahead, headed northbound, to order the rail controllers to kill the power to the third rail. Conductor Marcus Higgins was on board that train. Finally, we see the child. He's in the gauge of the track at this point, so he's between the running routes. So we stopped the train. I was like, "Hey, I'll jump out." I got the door open. I jumped out. You can see a video of all this stuff going down, by the way. He had climbed onto over the third rail, so God forbid, this could have been a totally different reaction. Thank God it didn't happen. I scooped him up, and I got him out of the way and walked him back to the train.
How did he get out there?
The mother said it was a miracle. She was reunited with her son after this near-death experience. That was a miracle from God, she said. It does not say how the kid ended up on the railroad tracks.
Wow.
But think about what that story could have been. And how awful would you feel if you were, just doing your job, driving a train, going, again,
all of a sudden there's
70
a kid.
miles an hour, and you look up and you see a kid, and it's too late, 3-year-old kid. Luckily, it wasn't too late, and these guys jumped into action instantly and saved the day, and there's a bunch of heroes involved in this story. So how amazing is that? Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.